Everyone, in the series of the interviews, this is the next series of the interview. In this, we have with us Professor Ahmed, who has been instrumental in launching MBA program in 1967. He is a former president of the AIMS Association. Welcome you, sir. Along with Professor Ahmed, we have Professor J. Philip. He is the founder president of AIMS, also a former director of IIM Bangalore. Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
So the first question that I would like to ask is, what is the state of MBA education in India, and what future MBA aspirants hold in India?
First one is what? What
is the future of MBA in India?
Great, very rosy. The reason being the way we are growing. Remember, after China is the next best growth. We also have a galloping services sector. This was the MBA group's growth. So you have a great future for the MBA. And you asked me what is the future holds for the MBA aspirants. I said, great. One more thing. If you take the whole world, of the 11,000 business schools, 4,000 are here. 2 of the world production of MBAs, we have 30% of the production from here, right? So we are a world power in management education, and that power must be taken out of the country too, not confined to this country, and that is what is going to happen. In other words, India is going to be a destination for MBA recruitment in the years to come.
I fully agree. There is a great future for management education in the country. And in the coming years, I am sure that our schools will excel and will be able to come to the standards that we expect from a professional education. And we have many world-class institutions. And as we go along, and we are internationalizing our education, our institutions are linking up with international institutions and also exposing our students to international kind of working environment. And the quality of candidates that are aspiring to take MBA course is, I think, one of the greatest strengths of the MBA education. There is, of course, the need for improvement of quality in many schools. We need a much larger number of high-quality schools. So the real challenge is, how can we quickly upgrade faculty for the management schools, the teaching material and case studies for the management schools, research in the management schools, and bring them closer to industry to ensure that the quality of education matches the expectations of the industry.
The next question is that we discussed that there are around 4,000 MBA schools in India. So this is a question in every student's mind, that whenever he tries to go in for an MBA college, what particular criteria on which a student should select a particular college? How can you say that this is a good college or this is a good college? Because we can see so many advertisements in the newspapers. These are confusing to the students.
You're wrong. If the student look at number one as number one, the prospect of employment. You look at which one offers good placement. Let's face it, that's what they look at. Now, naturally, along with that, it comes to the image of the institution, the faculty, the infrastructure, the standing, and all the kind of things will come into. And I think people make a mistake, big mistake. The students who are coming to business schools are not +2 students. They are people who are already graduates and 50 to 80% engineers who have already gone through a professional course. They are not fools. Now, this is one damn mistake that we make in this country. As there are also some +2 fellows going to a medical college or an engineering college. No, most of them are already finished. So they know it. And of course, websites like pagalguide.com and various kinds of things, and he is now open to this group which is coming into management education. I don't think that anybody can fool them.
So your views on this?
Yeah, I agree. I think the students are smart enough to see through these advertisements. And I'm sure, I think in these cases, word of mouth matters a lot. You will find that the students always check notes, and they're with those who have gone through various institutions to try to find out whether the claims being made by the institutions are valid or not. And therefore, I think I have noted that from personal dialogue with many aspirants, that they are fairly well informed about the quality of the schools and the kind of placement and the kind of faculty and the kind of learning exposure that they have, learning experience they had, and the other support that they get from the institution. Therefore, I think they are reasonably well informed in this matter. But I certainly feel that there is need for greater transparency and full information about institutions, where I think the regulatory system has to bring in ensure that the many advertisements which are misleading, I would say, are controlled and information is much more valid, and that comes to the students and their parents.
Is there a last question?
Then how many colleges are participating in the Atma online A-level system?
I honestly don't know that. I think they test. You have an Atma chairman is very informed. But I would only say this. I was one of the, I think Professor Abad Ahmed also was there. We took a decision, Pune, a few years ago, to launch Atma. We are the great proponents of this idea of an Atma test, and we would like to see that succeed. This is the association's test, which is a very professionally, very well prepared test, and it is in terms of quality, I think it's one of the best. I hope you'll see it in the years to come. And the only thing is that we also have to make it, we have to do a little bit of promotion to make it succeed.
Yes, I would like to actually endorse what Professor Philip has said. You see, the point is that the right platforms for a high quality testing system has to be based on the institutions which are the users of that system. And Association of Indian Management Schools has the largest number of member institutions, from the universities, from the IIMs, as well as from private institutions and deemed universities, and the whole range of institutions across the country. And therefore, a professional association like this, which represents these institutions, is the right body for both the conducting of national tests as well as for the system of accreditation, which would be collectively developed by, as in the Western countries. All these kinds of quality processes are maintained by professional associations of the management institutions. So we also hope, and we are also, our endeavor is to ensure good quality education, good quality testing services, and good quality accreditation of management schools in India.
Thank you, sir. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.